to awesomedrinks.com. Today we're going to talk about some glass straws. These are GlassDharma glass straws. Alright, now there's a whole variety of these. We started carrying these in the store because I was super excited about these a couple years ago, and I've been using them for those couple of years. They've been in our drawer with our utensils, and I think it's time to really, now that we own a store and we have a presence, it's time to bring this stuff to the community and give people an understanding of why you'd want a glass straw and what the benefit is of a glass straw as opposed to just using a plastic straw. I don't actually own any plastic straws, so there's that. First off, there's the environmental issue. One of the big things that GlassDharma promotes is eco-friendly, environmentally friendly, and I think that kind of hits home, especially now. There's a lot of people talking about, you know, everything from mandatory recycling and you know, what goes and why. It gets complicated. For me, recycling things is not an easy affair. You think it would be easy, but it's not that easy. You've got to put things in specific places. You got to look to make sure the numbers are right, and at the same time, you're still causing a recycling issue. Somebody has to do the recycling. When it comes to straws, you have a similar problem. If you're having a party and you have, I don't know, let's say 20 people, maybe, okay, I don't even know that many people, just kidding. If I do a poker game, for instance, and we have 7 people at the table, and you're doing cocktails, some people aren't drinking cocktails, they're drinking cranberry juice, or whatever, you end up going through a lot of product. Plastic straws seem easy, take them, you throw them away. However, when you want to amp up your game and you go with the glass straw design, which kind of looks like, here's one right here. This is a blue decorative dot. So it's got a blue dot on it. There's larger design. So this is your 6 1/4 inch design. This is called a sipper, and the reason is it's got a fairly small hole, 7 millimeters, I think is the size of that. And what that means is when you're taking the sip, because it constricts how much space is in that glass, you're sipping this as opposed to slugging it down like I don't know what you slug down, a soda, right? So it takes a good amount of work to get a lot of fluid out of that. And I think that's a good thing when you're looking at a potent cocktail. Rum and Coke, for instance. Some people want to have a rum and Coke, but they want to take their time with it. If you're drinking it from the lip, it can go pretty quick. If you start sipping it, you can pace yourself. It's a little better from that perspective. For juices, though, like cranberry juice, this is not my play. It just takes too, excuse me, it takes too long. You can get just a normal, simple, they call this the simple Elegance straw. This one has a larger diameter. Yeah, larger diameter. This one, I believe, is 9.5 millimeters. So when you put it in there, now you're drinking more of your iced teas, your juices, your apple juices, orange juices, and you can consume it a lot quicker. So you can pick between the 7 millimeter or the 9.5, which are the ones we sell, because I think that fits our target audience right now, and if we start to move the straws, I'll start expanding into some of the other ones. There's a 12 millimeter, which is great for smoothies and stuff, because you know you got the chipped up ice, so you want to be able to have a bigger straw for that, especially since it's thicker. They have an 8-inch. Where is it? Is this my 8-inch? They have a 9-inch and an 8-inch. You can see the difference right there. This is called the Beautiful Bend. It's got a neat little bend in it, so when you put it in one of our college glasses, it has that neat, it's almost like the bendy straw. My kids haven't got to use this one yet. They've been mainly using the sippers for their drinks, but this gives it a neat, sexy appeal. Now, you might be asking, and I've already had people on Facebook, on our everydaydrinkers.com fan page, asking why not, why glass, what's the deal? So besides you've got your recycling, where you're reusing these straws, you just throw them in the dishwasher. They're also microwave safe if you're gonna microwave them. You could put those in the dishwasher. It's made out of, what's this glass? This is borosilicate, I believe. I'm not a chemist, but it's lab glass, which means it's gonna hold up to chips, wear, tear, anything like that. If you chip one or you somehow accidentally break it, you put it in here and it like shatters for some magical, weird, crazy reason, just send it back to us and we'll get it back to GlassDharma and we'll get our money. You'll get your new product. But besides that, what was I saying? Oh yeah, they have a neat style to them, right? So it looks a little bit different. At the same time, it extends the cocktail experience by giving somebody something like this. It's gonna blow their minds. And at the same time, as you're blowing their mind, the functionality is such that I compare it to, if I'm wearing a button shirt and a nice pair of slacks, why am I wearing a black belt? Or a brown belt, whatever matches my shoes. Why do you need a belt? My pants are gonna stay up anyway, right? It's not like I'm walking around, my pants fall down. The belt accents the entire piece. So if you're not wearing that belt, yeah, people go, oh, you're dressed up today, but something might look a little weird, or it could have been better. There's just a little accent piece. And I look at these glass straws as that accent piece. A garnish, a glass straw, a pretty glass, a pretty drink. It's the full package. And so what I'm trying to do, and the reason I'm stocking these at awesomedrinks.com is because I like the full package. I like the ability to have not only a final lovely piece, like artwork, but it also gives people who are into cocktails that have been working on getting some cool cocktail picks or specific glasses. These are big hits, the highballs. And they get to that level and they want to be able to have something to look forward to, something new to expand into. So when you start looking at glass straws as an investment, you get to reuse them. You get the ones that fit the right size, the taller ones for the taller glass, the shorter ones for the shorter glass, sippers for those hard alcohol friends of yours. It gives you something to work towards, and I think going in that direction, there's always something new to buy and something new to accessorize in your cocktail world. You can also get the brushes, which I seem to have forgot to bring up, but they're medical grade nylon brushes that go inside to clean them out if you need to clean them out. In general, I throw mine in the dishwasher. The only time I found the need to clean the glass would be if you're doing some Irish creams or heavy creams, and sometimes you get that cloudiness in there and you just need to give that extra scrub. They have the brush size. There's a 7mm one for these small guys because it is a smaller hole, and then they have a catch-all brush which does the 12s, the 14, and the ones we sell here, the 9.5s, and you can do all that with one brush style. So we sell those as well if you want those. It is kind of, I think, an optional accessory. If you're into that type of things, or you're drinking White Russians or something, I would highly encourage you to do so. But I think at that point, it's a little bit more optional. The whole goal is to understand the sexiness. Last point, people have been wondering why there are dots, right? I thought I had a big one. Oh, here's one. So there's different colors. This is your amber. They have a blue, green. We carry a red as well. There's also clear and black, which I don't have. With those, you can almost fit them inside each other. The first little ability is for it to stop rolling, so it's not going to roll off the table. It stops it. But the real key factor is these are like your wine charms, dudes. This is like if you have a drink right there, and you got 5 friends over. You're all sitting around the coffee table, sitting in the living room, which for some reason most people go to the kitchen, but whatever. Sitting in the living room, and you walk in. You're like, hey, where's my drink go? And there's 5 Collins glasses full of awesome drinks. So what do? Well, if you each have a different color charm, then you'll all know whose drink is whose. You can be like, dude, mine's amber. And you can pick your drink up and you're good to go. And you don't have to worry about matching with other humans and whatever they're carrying with them. So these are more of a, the same idea behind the wine charm. So I think that kind of covers it. 6.25 inch, 8 inch long, 9 inch longs. I know the 9 inchers, this one works good in a hurricane glass as well because it's big. If you're doing more of the coladas, the larger diameters, even the 9.5 works good for that. You got your brushes. Considering it's the lab glass, they're going to last. They're guaranteed your lifetime. Unless you're going around hitting people with them. If they accidentally break, let me know and we'll get that problem solved for you and get them out. So if you're looking into these and you're afraid, God, I'm good glass. My kids have been using them for years and they love them. The only thing that I find is a downfall is I like to kind of suck up on the straw as I'm drinking, and they're heavier, so they'll slide out and then I end up spraying stuff all over me and look like an idiot. But I'm typically just an idiot, so that is why that happens. So there you go. That is the GlassDharma overview of all the glassware. They also have, we're not currently carrying these, but little hemp sleeves that you could put them in. You have your own personalized straw. You go over your buddy's house and you're like, thank you. And everybody's got their own way of doing things. I think it would be cool if you show up at your buddy's house with a glass straw. That's just me, though. So check them out at awesomedrinks.com. All right, folks. Cheers.